Hi again everyone, Scott Pye, Popcorn fan here, and in this video I will be reviewing a new horror film that I just bought like a few days ago actually, and I watched it, and I would like to give a review of it for you guys. Now this movie is called Freaky. This movie came out last year, Friday the 13th in October I believe, and it stars Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn. Now, this movie, it's based on it's basically a horror spin on Freaky Friday, which is a movie based on body swapping, mother between daughter, the two switch bodies, and comedy of that. And this new movie, it's based on that same concept of body swapping, but it's the serial killer Vince Vaughn being swapped bodies with a teenage girl, and it's it's basically throughout the film Vince Vaughn acting like a teenage girl, and because of that it's a horror comedy. And another aspect about this movie I really like is that it makes fun of a lot of other horror films. There's this obvious font inspiration from Friday the 13th. You see that throughout the film, in the title card of the movie, and like as the days go by, there's title cards, Wednesday the 11th, Thursday the 12th, Friday the 13th, and it's basically the Friday the 13th font being shown at various points of the film as the days go by throughout the film. And I thought that was very clever and interesting. And before the body swapping does happen, like the very beginning of the movie is essentially Friday. It really is like a spoof on Friday the 13th, and also kind of making fun of Halloween, Scream, just, you know, teasing a lot of other horror films that are a lot more popular. And it's really enjoyable. And normally for me, I'm not a huge fan of horror comedies, but I feel like this one did a really good job of honoring other slasher films in the genre, and also having a really great performance with Vince Vaughn's character. And that's what you go to this movie to see. Now, granted, it's not a perfect movie. I feel like some of the jokes do fall flat a little bit. Some of the humor doesn't not all work for me, but throughout the film I did laugh a lot. So it's very enjoyable, but not all the jokes land. But also not just that, but some of the writing, some of the other teenage characters in the film, especially near the beginning. I mean, as the film goes on, there's this one particular character that I didn't really care for as much, especially with some of the lines of dialogue he said at the very beginning. But throughout the film, his character grew on me. And it's like Catherine Newton's character's friend, the boy. His character kind of annoyed me at first. I didn't really like his character all that much, but throughout the film, he got better. And just like overall, like the whole, you know, like teenagers, just that same kind of stereotype that you see in all these kinds of slasher films, especially Friday the 13th, where you get these teenagers and you just don't really care for them. And that's really the main kind of issue that I have with this movie, as well as some of the writing. But other than that though, it's a really fun horror comedy that is mainly what you want to see in this movie is Vince Vaughn channeling his inner teenage girl. And I just really enjoy that aspect of the movie, and also some of the more smaller moments between characters, especially when Millie, Catherine Newton's character Millie, her spirit is inside Vince Vaughn's body, and she has a moment with her mom. And there's smaller moments like that I really appreciate in this film. And overall, I also really like the score. The score is really good. A lot of the kills are also very satisfying for a really big horror fan like myself who watches these kinds of movies a lot. of the kills were very satisfying in this film. And yeah, my grade for this movie would probably be a C+. That would be my grade. So it's not a perfect movie, but it's also not that bad. A C+. So yeah, that is my review for Freaky. So that should do it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.